We're here from Ace.
I'm Bastet. I'll be running your operation to investigate the unusual occurrences that have been happening everywhere recently.
Stay out of Antiborough. Stuck in time loop.
I guess it's a ghost plumbing situation.
Bastet has got us out of a lot of problems, but I don't think she can get us out of this one.
It wasn't all the bodies. There were 2 bodies.
Everyone else just got disappeared.
I went missing for a while and I lost my brother. I don't know where he is.
Oh, that's my mother. Oh dear.
It's the same mother that you keep describing as tyrannical and horrible.
Have to practice ritual fight with brother.
Ellie, can I make an insight check of myself but in real life?
Welcome to Deck of Many Aces, an actual play podcast made with actual asexuals. Highly cursed trumpet noises from you, Eiriol.
She's still going.
She's still going. Still going. We are a group of people who identify as somewhere on the aromantic and or asexual spectrum, playing 5th edition D&D with a twist. Every character's past, present, and future is based on a card drawn from the deck of many things, which one day will have relevance to the plot, I promise you.
That little disclaimer is now also a default part of the intro. I quite like that.
No! I'm Ellie. I use they, them pronouns, and I will be your DM today, your demisexual meticulousness.
Ooh,
Meticulator?
okay.
Ooh.
No.
What do you call me?
Meticulator.
Me when
Meticulator. I hardly know her. Me when my girlfriend.
I love that we've progressed from. It's like, oh, we're not funny anymore. We just say the same joke every time.
It's correct. Yeah, this was fast. Everyone introduce yourselves.
Hello, my name is Am. I play Tosia Atherdale, the party fighter barbarian, and we both use she/her pronouns.
Hello, my name is Chloe. I play Raina Riftwood, the bard rogue. We both use she/her pronouns. Business.
Oh,
We're going so fast. I'm like business mode.
God, I don't know what to say now. I'm Eiriol. I'm playing Delphi, the Growfoot Warlock. I use she/they pronouns, and Delphi uses she/her pronouns.
Hi, I'm Katie. I play Morgan Cerility Aldrich, who is a chronomancy wizard. I use she or they or whatever pronouns, and Morgan uses she/her pronouns.
Wow. I think we're all really in business mode because it just took us 20 minutes to schedule our next recording session. And so we're all just like haggard and stressed and tired. Yeah, wow. I think that might be a personal record for us.
Yeah, I think we deserve a gold star for that.
I think we do too.
Shall we start playing D&D? Like, just go straight into it.
Whoa.
Let's make this the most efficient episode ever.
Well,
Let's
let's
do it.
do a quick recap of what happened last time, just so we can all remind ourselves.
We had a conversation. That's it, really.
Yeah.
What does it say in my notes? We told them that Bastet wants info, and Hugo said he hasn't been communicating with Arrows and doesn't really know what they want, and basically they're just being helicopter parents. And he's like, I didn't tell them anything because I didn't really want to, but they didn't ask for anything specific. So the uni, he was ousted from the uni because he was talking to people with a different perception of time, i.e. the Forgeborn and the witches, for his research, and the university are being racist.
I like how you sing that as a little happy song.
I thought that you university of being racist. It's like, you know, oh, where do you go? I go UOBR, but like you could go to like UOBX, you know, University of Being Xenophobic.
No.
You know, UOBS, UOBT.
Oh dear.
UOBH? Ooh.
Oh dear.
That.
Homophobic, right?
Oh, I my brain went
But
to
don't get them
GBH.
confused with the homophonic ones. Those are...
Important context for this recap. Dr. Hugo Moonerin is a researcher for Arrow Ace and has been asked to divine what's been going on, and that's like his only instructions, so he can't be to blame.
Yeah, I feel like Arrow Ace is just real vague.
They are
It's
very
like,
vague.
They were vague.
It's
for
like
us as well.
they've hired someone and like you part of your job is to do additional duties as required.
They also told us that they thought Dr. Ursan, I think this might have been Alfalfa, who is known as Alfie. The Dr. Ursan is the sort of person that probably has some really risky thing that she's going to demonstrate at the talk, and will be irreversible. But we don't know what that thing is. For all we know, it might actually be really good, and it might really be the solution to the time crisis, but I have an inkling it's not. I don't know what could possibly give me that idea. There we go, there's your recap.
Was it last episode or the episode before that Delphi was very cool?
Delphi's
That was
always
the
very
episode
cool.
before, but Delphi is always very cool.
I was gonna say Delphi's never cool.
But I did write in my notes for the episode before, Delphi does a bad ghost impression.
Yes,
Oh my
yes.
god, I'd forgotten about that. Woo! That was hilarious. Oh,
I
yeah.
think that if I had been more prepared, that would have worked. But
Yeah, that's definitely where you fell down. We'll start off with Hugo, after having explained to you like the kind of the context that he's working in. He explained to you a little bit about the research that he'd done as well, right? About like,
Yes.
because I remember that Delphi had an interesting conversation with Seamus and Lunaris about the Warforged and the Forgeborn and the Growfolk. Hugo, after you've had this conversation, would say, whatever happens, we need to ensure that whatever Dr. Ursan's got planned, that it doesn't go awry, or potentially that it doesn't go ahead at all. But I'm afraid that if I try to enter the conference, that I just wouldn't be allowed in. Same with my counterparts.
What if we disguised you?
Oh boy.
Smuggled you in?
oh, I have a way to help with this. Delphi gets out the portable hole.
When Delphi starts moving and Tozia's not sure what she's doing, she just puts her hand on Delphi's shoulder, being like, what are you doing?
Look, and they've got like a handkerchief, and they like start unfolding it further and further,
Cool, no, fine,
it-
just checking you weren't putting
and
people in the workshop again.
and then like throws it. Throws it out onto the floor, and there's a hole, a 10-foot hole in the floor now, and it's
Ellie,
like
this room is
I can
quite
fold it up.
small.
Yeah, it's the dimensions of the house is it's 70 foot
70 square foot.
70 no yes
No.
maybe
That would be 70
70
by
foot.
1 foot.
It could also be other.
Yes. It could be like
okay
35 by 2.
the spell description said it's not the size of it, it's the space it needs to occupy. It must fit within an unoccupied cube of space up to 70 feet on each side. Okay,
Yes,
so
that's 70 by 70, not 70 by 1.
yes, that makes sense.
Yes.
I have no
But-
sense, as per usual, of how big that makes this place.
Okay, I'm 6 foot, so it's quite a bit taller than most ceilings are around 10 foot. So it's gotta it takes up quite a bit of space. So they're probably like around that height, and then think of that as a square on the floor. So it's a big square, but it's not even a square; it's a circle.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
could
Anyway,
probably fit it.
Anyway, as you put this down, you hear like a loud like creaking in the house, as if the sort of the creaking that you'd hear in a wooden ship like while it's underwater, like the real big creaking.
Oh dear.
And Alfalfa goes, "Oh no, I don't think my house likes that. It's too many dimensions in dimensions. Can you fold that up?"
Well, anyway, they fold it back up, and they go, "You can, it doesn't. You can't stay in there too long, but you can stay in there for a period of time, and I can fold it back up."
Well, how long are we talking?
Well, it depends on how many.
It would, if it's not at least an hour, Delphi, it's probably not going to be useful.
I think it's a good amount of time. I will actually have to check this now.
It's 10 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
it's like 10 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah.
I don't think that's particularly helpful, Delphi. Sorry.
Well, I was actually gonna suggest this, and I bring out my disguise kit. I can disguise people with
The wizard, the witch, and the warforged. Sorry, that's a great name. The wizard, the witch, and the forgeborn. To all look between Delphi's cool magical item and your collection of presumably like fake mustaches, and
I'll have you know, it's cosmetics, hair dye, and small props. That's what it says.
The small props are all fake mustaches. I love putting a fake mustache on a warforged and being like that we can sneak in anywhere. They won't know you at all.
Well, they're only going to be looking for Dr Moonerin, right? Everyone else can come in and...
Well, I haven't bought tickets. You remember when we had to fork over a large quantity of money?
We didn't have to fill in a form, though.
Yes,
We just had to pay the fee.
Yes, but we do have to pay that fee.
So?
I wouldn't be opposed to doing a little bit of maybe a little bit of both, a little bit of dress up and a little bit of how do you breathe in that thing?
Like normal.
Oh.
You just can't breathe forever.
Okay. Well, okay, that's
Does the warforged, do you need to breathe?
No, we do not. So perhaps we
Yeah,
could...
great. Stick them all in there. We can have it like a clown car.
A portable hole full of warforged.
You just put it on the wall and they all start climbing out.
It's like spidering like out of the little spiders crawling on the walls.
You joke, but that could be an effective method of transporting multiple of us in. I suppose the question becomes, who do we need to be there for this conference? Who are the most important players and what do we want them to do?
Well, the idea is we're worried that Dr. Ursan may accidentally do something extremely dangerous, in which case we would need to physically intervene and either stop her from doing it or mitigate the danger. So if any of you were particularly handy in a tight spot, or were a particularly powerful and advanced wizard perhaps, or similar, then that would be useful.
I don't mean to sound petty, but I don't think that she should be allowed to get away with this.
Well, we don't know what... It might not be something that's technically illegal yet.
I don't trust her. And I don't think that... Frankly, I don't think her science has a lot of merit. I think that she is smart, but politically smart rather than truly interested in furthering progress.
Well, I don't particularly trust her either, but I did think you were dead for quite a while here, and I have since learned that judging fiends without any evidence is usually quite wrong. So right now, we don't know what Dr. Ursan's doing. We don't have any evidence. It could be something very good. I don't think it will be, but until we know, we don't know if she's done anything to get away with.
Could we record it in some way? Or I suppose there will be a lot of witnesses. There will be a lot of witnesses, yes.
We also have some level of authority to, like, if it causes a disaster, we can both step in and also prevent it from happening. Like, or like and prevent it from happening further. That's our job. And if the university get annoyed at us, we point them in to Bastet and
Yeah, because that'll go well. Well, it seems like if the four of us can go in fine, because we've got the tickets, I think it would be good to have Dr. Moonerin with us, because you know lots about this and can judge whatever we find on how dangerous it is. And like you say, we can bring all any Warforged that want to come.
What about you, Alfie?
Well, what I was going to say, Alfie, is I don't know if you have any kind of magic that might be able to help us sneak Professor Moonerin into the grounds.
That's a good question. Let me have a think. I'll have a little flick through my recipe book.
Sounds good, thank you.
Yeah, Alfie kind of like gets up and wanders over to a like really lovely kitchen, like very homely, loads and loads of greenery, and there's, you know, like, I don't know what they're like, if they're made of like brass or copper, but like, you know, there's like bronzy colours. Now I'm saying that, like bronze, but you know what I mean. Those parts, and starts flicking through like a variety of. They look like traditional recipe books, but then like you can see the sort of the title cover is written in some kind of script.
Excellent, I love that. Oh, I have an idea. I can get the person in disguise. I can just polymorph people.
Oh, that would actually be quite helpful.
Yes, I will say, Morgan, this is great. It's going to require a lot of trust from whoever you're polymorphing. So, I mean, I'm going to turn to
I have a way to do it that could be not require so much trust.
The
possibly.
spell beads.
Spell beads, yes. Let me just double check how long fourth level or lower, which is polymorph. So this is, I can cast a spell, connect the spell to the remote, freeze it in time. Yeah, so I could give it to somebody and they could be the one casting the polymorph, and they could be the one to do the concentration, so they get to control how long it will last and what they can polymorph into.
But surely you retain the intelligence of the creature that you're polymorphed into.
Yes, there is that.
So how would you know?
It said it could be just another sentient being.
That's a good point.
It doesn't have to be a small insect.
So Dr. Moonerin could look like, I don't know, a Loxodon or an elf or something.
Yes.
An octopus.
Did you say an octopus?
Yeah, with like a dream-like quality in his eye. But we're not in the water. That couldn't quite work.
Also, octopi are very smart, but you'd be about as smart as an 8-year-old of a humanoid.
I think an 8-year-old can remember to switch a spell off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Delphi whispers to Raina, "What's an octopus?"
I can only make one at a time, but then I could also do it on somebody else. So that's up to 2 polymorphs.
Well, I mean, I've seen... The reason why I asked Delphi is I have seen magic users cast spells of stealth upon groups of people. So perhaps let's call the polymorph Plan B. And we'll just see if Alfie has anything that would be helpful first.
I got nothing. Sorry.
Cool, polymorph it is.
We can also just go in the back, right? I'm assuming they have a way of getting into this that isn't through the front door.
Oh, plenty of ways.
Yeah, but they're on high alert for this one. And I point to Dr. Moonerin.
Well, we can... Dr. Moonerin, we can...
Warforged are in the...
Sure,
Warforged are in the hole. And then...
Alfie can just sneak.
Alfie can be one of the staff.
Sure. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I don't think they've got a profile on me yet. So, I can always come in as some kind of cook or something like that.
Or worst case scenario, you pretend to be an undergraduate.
I don't think I could quite walk the walk for that one.
But you know, they're not going to arrest you. They'll kick you out.
I think we have a plan. So let's go and purchase a new ticket for our friend, who is definitely not Dr. Moonerin. Get everyone in the hole. And Alfie, do you want any of us to come with you, or are you happy to go and sort of sort yourself out?
I might be able to point you in the right direction. I know the buildings fairly well. I could. I would like to try and describe some kind of secret back entrance.
Like the staff entrance.
Yeah.
I think I can do all right by myself. I think that would be fine. I can have a little look. You know, I don't have anything that's good for stealth, but I've got plenty of other bits and pieces that might be good for people to have right before we head in, just to give people a little boost.
That sounds good. Yeah, for everyone at home, that was me going to Ellie. You don't have to control so many NPCs if you want. Here's a get out of jail free card.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so there's the main event is at 2:00 on the main stage, but I will also want to go in there ahead of time to watch Felicity's talk. I also am giving a talk before then.
Yes, we did promise Felicity we'd go and see her talk.
Also, I have a breakfast appointment.
Okay, well, Morgan, as you're wildly busy, why don't you just do the stuff that you need to do?
I can't hold the spell for more than... The spell bead only lasts an hour. So what I will do is sneak out of Felicity's thing early. Sorry, Felicity.
She'll understand.
To give this... Or no, I can make the spell bead at like 1:30 and give it to one of you to take out to give to Dr Moonerin.
Cool.
Okay.
And worst comes to worst, I'm sure I can get Dr Moonerin in.
And
I have many ways of getting through walls.
And if things go really bad, I can just kill that academic.
No. Well...
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think we need to do that.
Let's see what she has to say. She might have solved
Everyone
everything.
was doing cool stuff, and I'm only really good at one thing, and I wanted to help out in some way.
You could have the job of taking the spell bead to Dr Moonerin while I am watching Felicity's talk.
Thank you, everyone.
You're good at two things. You're good at fighting and politics.
Oh, thank you, Delphi.
Yeah, and Lord knows that's essential in academia.
And in your case, those are the same thing.
Anyway, shouldn't we be trying to get people in early before the talk? We want to figure out what's going on before it happens in case we have to stop it.
I think that's a good idea.
I can't make the spell bead for the polymorph last more than an hour, so...
I know, but...
Well, we can figure it out.
Yeah, if we can get in early in the morning, then...
Oh, yes. Well, I've got to talk to
you know,
Viv. So you lot
once
can do
we're
that.
in, we just got to hide him.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so run me through this plan one more time. I'm gonna go to the staff door, pretend to be kitchen staff somehow.
And if you can't, you can come find. I can sneak you in for
Okay.
the time being. Even if it's just through the hole, you can come in and I'll let you out, and then you can just wander around. Like they won't check everyone all the time. That would be mad.
So that's what I'm doing. Hugo is going in with you guys polymorphed, but not until 1:30 or whatever time you said it was.
That's how long I can... if you're willing to let me cast polymorph on you multiple times, then we can also do that.
How long does polymorph last?
Polymorph lasts up to an hour, so I could do it once to get him in, and then he can hide in a bathroom or something, and then once for the talk.
I don't know. Perhaps it would be best for me to wait outside. I'm just keen to not miss anything, you know?
Yeah, okay. And then the Warforged is Delphi's problem?
The Forgeborn.
All the
Morgan.
non-breathing people.
All the Forgeborn will just. How many are there? There's only like a couple, right?
Here there's Seamus Lunaris and 2 others, I think I said.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
It's a 6 by 10 foot, 6 foot diameter, 10 foot deep hole. So
That's enough room.
They're going to be snug.
That's definitely enough room.
It's gonna be like
But they're
going
gonna
to
be. I think what I would do is I'd like hang it up on the wall, and then like they just walk into it, and then I'd fold it up back from there.
Yeah.
Because that way they can just stand on the side of the hole.
Does gravity work
Okay.
in the hole?
Who knows?
You know, shockingly,
They don't mention that.
Hang
Wizards
on.
of the Coast didn't think of it.
Isn't there, if you fold up the hole, isn't there some sort of save or something that happens if you fold up the hole?
No?
Yeah, it's a strength
No,
saving throw, isn't it?
No. But that's they can make a strength save to leave
Right.
if they want to. So it's you can't trap people inside the hole.
I see.
I
But you
can.
can store them in the hole for later use. That's the worst.
Sorry.
You've got a Pokeball, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. I've got a really weird Pokeball that is just like I don't know what it looks like on the inside of this. I haven't had it that long. I haven't had time to decorate it. I haven't put wallpaper
I
on.
haven't
some
had
shelves
time
in.
to decorate.
I love the idea of peeling wallpaper and you like peel it back and you can see just like infinite darkness and it's like, cool, that's
oh God,
going
that's
back up.
so cursed. I love that. That's very Delphi cool.
Everyone, it's just me interrupting your podcast listening to tell you all about our Patreon, where you can get access to all of our bonus content, both past and future. You can get access to side quest episodes, our 30-minute talkback episodes, table talk, or you can chill out with our cast cozy corner. You could even get a seat at our monthly one-shot table. Plus, all of our patrons are shouted out at the end of every episode. There's even stuff for free on there. So go to patreon.com/Deck of Many Aces and get exploring.
Yeah, so I have quite a packed schedule tomorrow, so I will leave the threatening of Sam's underlings and nonsense to you lot. I do have a breakfast appointment with Rebecca. Her name is Rebecca, was it? The assistant?
I can't remember what your
her
appointment is
research,
for.
and then I need to be attending various talks and giving my own talk. So yes, I will let you handle the other things.
If you have a breakfast appointment with Rebecca, is that not the best time for us to be sneaking in when Rebecca is not on the door?
She is not the only one who works there. And in fact,
I know, but she's the only one who knows our faces and would recognise us.
Yeah, so we're supposed to be there. And in fact, we would want a person who is more sympathetic to us. Would we not?
Well, I was going to say, if there's no one to recognise us go in, then if anybody ends up looking for us later, they're going to have a much harder time tracking when and where we were going in.
If you want to go in while I am having breakfast, feel free.
I think this is a good idea. Yes.
Yeah.
Is there anything we can do now to better our chances of success? Anything to prepare before tomorrow?
Develop any psychic powers. We could compare spell books and see if you've got any cool spells I could learn, but
You are talking to a divination wizard and also a witch. And Alfie's like, yeah, I mean, I can do some card readings if you need, or I don't know. Is there anything that would be helpful to know about tomorrow?
I think the most useful thing would be to try and find out whoever this inner circle is, so we know who to target.
Let me just check both of their character
Is that
sheets
something
to
they
see
can do,
if
or
there is a
shall I go?
I know
Or
that
just vibes.
Hugo Moonerin will have something, because in the home game I play, we have a divination wizard, and they get portent rolls. So they have 2 rolls at the start of every day that basically they can replace other rolls with. So that will absolutely be useful.
It's not going to help us find out, though.
He's got so much stuff.
Yeah,
He's got legend lore, scrying.
Oh, let's scry on.
He has legend lore?
Let's scry on.
Yeah.
Just use
that lady.
No, even better, just use legend lore to find out what the thing is. And we don't have to do any of this.
Sure.
What's legend
He doesn't have legend lore. That was a mistake.
It's great. Legend lore is one of my favorite spells because it's just like, get the DM to tell you their secrets.
Yeah.
And also, I'm just gonna have a look at Alfie
You gave
as well.
an NPC the tell the the secret.
The
You
spill
had
the
the
tea.
power to stop this.
Yeah, but I was like, he's a divination wizard. It makes sense. I'm just gonna look at what Alfie
You should get
spells
more.
are
Let
and what
Morgan
they
learn
do.
legend lore. Absolutely break everything.
I
No.
did very nearly take legend lore at our last level up, but then I decided that maybe Mass Cure Wounds was a little bit more prudent.
Boo! Boo!
Well, next time you can just die.
Yeah, to be fair, like it's not like he's got anything that's particularly good for healing or anything. And Alfie, most of Alfie's things are innate, so they're like not spells. There's just vibes.
I love a vibe.
Just vibes. Just a lot of. He can do some tarot reading. If anyone wants that, he can do some Actually, yeah, there's something
Yeah.
there's something that he might do. Yes. So Dr. Moonerin's like, yes, of course. I don't know why I didn't think about this earlier. But I knew that my instinct was right. I can. It's a divination instinct. That's what it is. So he starts to set up what he needs for legend lore, and I need to remind myself how it works. Do you guys need to ask me a question about it?
Yeah, I think it's something like we ask a question and then you tell us everything.
In rhyme.
Let's see what it says.
I'll go. Name or describe a person, place, or object. The spell brings to your mind a brief summary of the significant lore about the thing you named. The lore might consist of current tales, forgotten stories, or even secret lore that has never been widely known. If the thing you named isn't of legendary importance, you gain no information. The more information you already have about the thing, the more precise and detailed the information you receive is.
Well, we need to ask
The
about
information...
the shards.
Ask about the shards.
Oh, yeah.
I thought we were trying to find out what's going on with
But it has to be something
Dr. Ursan.
of
Legendary.
legend.
And she's not.
But if
Well-
what she's doing would change the fabric of the world, I would argue that's definitely of legendary importance.
Yeah, and if it isn't, then we know we don't need to worry about it.
Yeah, but also can it it can't see into the future. It's
Yeah,
just
she's not a legend yet. Because she hasn't given the presentation.
in a week.
In a week we can do it.
I think the thing that's gonna get in our way here is realistic. If we say Dr. Ursan, that's not going to be particularly helpful. But the object that we need is whatever the thing is that she's trying to demonstrate. Now, we don't know what that is, so we can't physically name it. So it's whether this spell would work with us saying the thing that Dr. Ursan is demonstrating tomorrow.
New plan.
Or whether we need to know what it is.
We ask about
You
the
need to
shards
find out about the
today.
shards.
Tomorrow, when the breakfast meeting is happening, we go in, try to find the object before the presentation, and then ask Dr. Moonerin to cast legend more about it.
That is a good plan. I like it.
So I am the political one, Raina.
Oh god, how spicy do I want to be with this?
Tell us everything! Everyone
So
else,
we are just saying,
all of our
tell us
listeners
everything
are
about the
so
eternal
smart,
shards.
and they've worked it all out, and none of us have. So they
Yeah.
know, we don't know. It's unfair. You need to tell us.
Yeah.
People are figuring out the puzzle in the Discord like as we speak.
Yeah, because also I tried to figure out that puzzle and I'm like, there are two distinct possibilities that I have not been able to rule out.
Well, that's what I'm toying with at the moment, is do I
Just give us the riddle.
just give you the riddle, or do I give you information about the eternal shards?
Why not do both?
It's a brief summary of the significant lore. Anything that's insignificant
Whatever
about
you
the
feel is
eternal shards.
reasonable, GM.
Oh god, okay, I've just thought of something real spicy.
The brief summary could just be there is a puzzle on these shards.
Yeah,
If it is,
I'm not
There
gonna
are
have
words
that
on these
mean.
shards that have yet to be
If that's what happens, I will
understood.
go to Ellie's location and do physical violence to them.
Oh my god. Okay. So Dr. Moonerin, sets out this whole thing, and then instead of asking about the thing you said you were going to ask about, you're like, no, wait, let's do this other thing. So let me get this up. Oh god. I feel like you're just gonna end up, what's it called when you just is it like grinding in a dungeon where you just do the thing multiple times?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you're just
Well-
gonna do that with legend lore. Just be like, legend lore!
We're just spamming legend lore.
Yeah, there's
exactly.
a reason that Delphi hasn't done the contact of the plane multiple times, because
There is
otherwise
bad
you can
things that
just do
happen.
it every single day. And
Yeah.
there's nothing that can go bad. You do it at the end of the day with your last spell slot, knock out, and then wake up the next day.
Mm.
It's like the Druid Goodberry hack.
Yeah.
It does have a GP cost, GM, by the way.
It does. What is the GP cost?
And it's quite big. incense worth at least 250 GP, which the spell consumes, and 4 ivory strips worth at least 50 GP each. And I can't remember if we decided we were
450.
doing those or not.
Well, it's fine because Delphi has 800 gold pieces.
I think we decided that we were going to do it when it's a significant amount of money, and that would count.
I will give you my money to answer the shard question.
Yeah, he would probably have the ivory strips because they're not consumed, but we'd need the incense.
So we need to buy the incense, which means we can't do it yet, but maybe before we leave we can do
He
it.
probably has the incense in stock if we can compensate him for it, right?
Yes. What I would
That's up to
suggest
you.
is if you
He
guys...
can Uber Eats it.
If you guys pay for the incense, then he will pay for the 4 ivory strips, but you will need to purchase additional materials tomorrow if you wanted to do the spell a second time.
Okay, how much? Sorry, I missed it. How much gold would that be total?
So it would be 250 today and then 450 the following... Well, if you wanted to do that again, which
How did it not consume them? I thought we just
The
said didn't
ivory
consume
strips
them.
aren't consumed.
But the incense is.
So it would be... So we don't need to replace
you don't need to do multiple incense. So yeah, if you give him the money for the incense, because he's unemployed right now.
Yeah, so he's like, I'm only going to ask you for 275 gold for the 250 gold for the incense I'm using today. That will be all of my incense. Tomorrow we would need to go and buy more because it's on market value. That rather than we're just paying him back for it, it would be more expensive. I am happy to foot the entire 250 gold for today if you guys want to split the cost tomorrow.
Delphi has 700
Oh,
gold.
sick!
Delphi has all the money.
No worries.
I love
then.
the idea that we're all haggling over. We're going like, well, if we split this and then we pay that, and then Delphi just dumps 700 gold.
No,
on the
Delphi's
ground.
been counting out 250 gold pieces.
Yeah, the Dr. Moonerin blinks and is like, well, thank you, Delphi. I really appreciate it.
Are you sure you don't want anything more?
No, it's okay. These are already, in the bank. But if you did want to do it again, I would need the full cost remunerated.
But it doesn't
Thank
consume
you.
the ivory, Webster.
It does consume the ivory.
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Just the incense.
Oh, which the spell consumes in 4 ivory. I see. Apologies. Okay. Yes. Pay for the incense. Again tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's fine. Cool. Sorry.
Welcome to our podcast, In-World Maths and Commerce.
Yeah.
It's D&D,
Economy.
so...
In world chemistry. Okay, so he takes out a pen and paper and starts to write. And you can see over his shoulder, he writes, "The eternal shards, spare parts, excess wrought from crystal, made by gods and godless things alike. Born of one plane, bursting forth into another. An act, an atrocity in one plane, fueling change and growth in this one. There is a lock, there is a key. Within the cosmic door, these are the pins. What lies beyond is beyond comprehension." And then he starts to write, "You found the key, you found the lock,
Okay.
but that is not enough alone. Pins must align to help fix time, rock and sinew, quartz and bone. The key is quartz, a deadly cut. The lock is raw. Delphi, can you roll me a d20, please?"
Oh,
This
fun.
is the words.
This
Those
is
are the
the thing.
words.
That's a 14. Do I get any bonuses for anything, or is it just flat?
What is your attack bonus?
Oh, boy.
My
Of all
attack.
things.
My attack bonus for my
Like
glaive.
spell attack?
For your glaive, yes.
Oh, cool. So that's a 25.
Cool. Roll me some damage, please.
You gave me a plus 11.
Are you gonna kill Dr. Moonerin? Is this what happened when you killed those people?
What's happening?
It's just flat damage for it, right? Okay. That's fine. That's 8 damage.
Okay, thank God.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, for peasants, that's enough to kill them, but okay.
As he's writing this down, he gets to the word. The word is wrought. Starts to write in, and then the pen drags along the paper as Delphi, like, without any kind of input from you at all, your crystal darts forward and just, like, stabs him in his writing shoulder.
Whoa!
Sorry. I'm gonna restrain Delphi.
He kind of, like, comes out of his trance. You've restrained Delphi, like, Lunaris and one of the other Warforged also have, like, their weapons kind of drawn. Is there anything you'd like to do, Delphi?
No, I don't think they're entirely aware that they've done it. Like, their brain is fully thinking about what Dr. Moonerin was writing and nothing else.
What in the hell's just happened?
Oh, whoa. Delphi?
Drop your weapon.
What was the last line that you were writing?
Do you maybe want to put that down first before we start asking questions?
Delphi?
What?
I use momentary stasis on Delphi, so that is encasing Delphi in a field of magical energy, kind of freezing her. Delphi, if you want to resist, it's a con save.
I think they would inherently, but I don't think it will go well. 13, which I think would fail.
That fails, yeah. So you are encased in a field of magical energy for the next 6 seconds, and you are incapacitated and have a speed of 0.
Okay. And then after, is anything going to happen in that 6 seconds?
Can I try and take the glaive out of her hands? Or would that be stuck in stasis as well?
Katie, would it be stuck in stasis?
You can't take damage, but it actually doesn't say. If it says until the creature takes any damage, which it implies that you can damage them, which implies that they're not encased in a force field. They're still reachable.
Okay.
So I think you can grab the thing off them.
I'm gonna try and take the glaive and put it on the floor.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably like a contested strength check from between the two of you.
Oh, gonna go so well with my -2 to strength.
I have a +0. I rolled a 10.
I rolled a 13.
Oh my god!
So I beat you by 1.
You cannot.
Somehow.
Delphi has a vice-like grip around her crystal, and as you try and pull it out of her hand, the crystal is like hot.
I'm assuming the 6 seconds are up now.
Delphi, drop it!
Why?
Because you stabbed him!
Drop it now!
Delphi
will, like, put it away, but they're not going to just drop it on the floor. But puts it, like, fully away in their things. And it's like, I don't think dropping it is a good idea. But I'm not... I promise you I didn't even realise I had done it.
That doesn't mean you're not dangerous.
That's worse. Delphi, that's worse.
I think it is more dangerous to drop that crystal now.
Put it down. The dropping is metaphorical.
No. I can leave. We can leave. We can leave this place. But leaving this crystal alone, I do not believe that is the right choice.
She's right. Alfalfa is the only person in the room who looks calm, and if anything, like what has just happened, you can see their kind of like, some of their hairs are like standing on end a little bit, and their ears are like a bit pricked, but he's like just staring at you with like open curiosity, but no fear, no malice.
Okay. Delphi will stand away from Dr. Moonerin and move away from them and say,
Yes, that's a first, I've got to say.
Here, let me patch out for you. I'll give him a cure wounds.
What was the last line that you wrote, not the one that you were currently writing?
What do you mean?
The key
What was
is
the last line?
The key is something.
No, before that.
Wrought in.
The lock is wrought.
The lock is wrought. And then the key is...
Crystal.
Quartz. A deadly cut. Well, yes.
a deadly cut.
Quite.
So the crystals are the pins, and in this metaphorical lock, and then the key is something else?
I'm sorry, can you fill us in?
There's...
Why have you got any interest in the Eternal Shards anyway?
We think there's something to do with the time breaking.
There's a
I
poem
see.
or there's text that you were writing out. I knew most of it, not necessarily in the right order, but I knew most of it.
Well, Delphi, I think it's a bit more than that. I think we might have the key. And I gesture to where her weapon was.
But if that was the key, why didn't we do anything when we were there before?
I don't...
Is there some
Maybe you need the lock.
particular... Well, they are the lock. They're the pins in the lock. Perhaps there's some sort of ritual or something that needs doing.
Yes, lock to what? It says that it's going to open it door to something. What's coming through?
I think it's whatever the horrible thing was that was in your workshop, right?
No.
So I should... No?
Do we want this door, metaphorical or otherwise, to open or not?
I say no.
I don't think we want it to be open, but I think leaving it closed... Just because the door is closed doesn't mean things can't get through it.
Well, what
There's
does it
the
mean?
cracks. There's things that we've been seeing are because the door is closed, and not because the door is closed, but because something is happening on the other side of it, and we are sitting here watching the aftermath come through the cracks between whatever it is and our world.
So what you're saying is we've got to patch up the cracks somehow.
No, we've got to stop what's happening on the other side. You can't...
Right.
You can't... This is a thing that was made by the gods. And you're to suggest that we can do better work than them, create a foolproof seal between that and us, is impossible.
Well, to suggest that we can fix what's happening on the other side when some gods presumably made a lock to keep it away is also not particularly likely, I may say.
I'd argue sounds more impossible.
Why would there be a lock and a key and this process if there was not a reason to open the other side?
Maybe it's like a pressure valve.
Yeah.
Something's building up, and until you let off steam, it's just gonna keep bursting against the bars of its cage.
And if
What's
you don't
a
let
pressure
off,
valve? Like, I get what pressure is in a valve, but
you know, like
we have pipes and plumbing in this world.
Yeah.
I'm saying that Morgan doesn't know how to cook.
Aww.
and if you don't let off the pressure, it explodes. If you let off the pressure, it's fine.
Delphi, this is all very interesting, but given the fact that your memory lapse twice now seems to be involved with some kind of violence.
I didn't forget anything. I didn't do anything.
Well, if something is using your body like a puppet, that doesn't mean it can't get into your brain as well.
Well, it's your patron, yes, the god.
Yeah.
The Delphi?
Yes,
Oh, that's
I
not
mean,
a god.
it wasn't something I was going to suggest as a thing, but there is the divination spell. But then I suppose the Delphi will just say, "Listen to Delphi." So I'm not sure how
It's
useful
worth a
that
shot.
is.
You can't... I don't know if you would be able to speak to them.
Well, I've never managed to successfully use it, so probably not.
Well, that's because you've been speaking to Collector, and as we're learning, it seems Collector's not there.
We could pick another god at random to see if literally anyone.
Wait, hang on. I'm going to reach in my pack and get out the figurines I have of my guy, whose name I can never remember.
Praetor.
And then the other one that's like an twin inverse companion of Praetor that like I don't know what it is. Do we think it's anything to do with this guy?
Well, who's that?
I found them with Praetor's
Exactly.
figurine in the Dragon Horde. We don't know who.
Can I take a look at that?
It could just be a splinter sect.
I hand it to Alfie.
Yeah, Alfie sits with it, inspects it, runs his fingers over the material, closes his eyes as if deep in thought, and then opens them and says, matter-of-factly, "Yep, this is from another reality."
Huh?
Come again?
This thing thinks it's Praetor. Well, not that it's Praetor, but that's what it represents. But like you said, it's not the same. It's not the same as this one.
Well, is that in and of itself enough? Like Morgan said, it could be some kind of splinter religion.
I can't really describe it in a way. How do I... You know how, like, you can taste the difference between old coffee and fresh coffee?
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like a sense that something about this is different. Like it's not from here. Everything in this world has a sense, like a scent that you get so used to you can't even notice it. But this is not that, and I can't think of anything else that it would be.
That makes sense. If reality's breaking, this isn't surprising. Horrifying, not surprising. Hey, if you have a spare chance, you could show it around to some of the wizards tomorrow. See if anyone has anything else. Not that you don't have interesting insights, but lots and lots of heads make more insights.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, he hands it back to Toz.
Thank you.
Alfie, once he's handed it back, says, "Look, I understand that this is a bit of a delicate situation, and Delphi, I know you have your reservations, but can I take a look at that crystal?"
Yeah.
Deck of Many Aces is Am Chisholm, Eiriol Evans, Ellie Webster, Katie McLeod, and me, Chloe Elliott. Massive thanks to our patrons Nate Scott Jones, Ouroboros, EK Green, Space Ben, Callum D, Ibad, KP, Steph Burke-Stelia, and Sarah. You can find us on social media at Deck of Many Aces or on our website, deckofmanyaces.com. Don't forget to join our Discord. It's completely free to access for everybody. And if you feel so inclined, you can support us on Patreon for as little as £3 a month, where you can get access to our bonus content. If you enjoyed the music to this podcast, you can find it on streaming platforms under Chloe Elliott. Plus, don't forget to check out me and Am on RWD. We have just finished campaign 2 and we'll be starting a new campaign very, very shortly, so do go check that out. And as always, to keep up with what Ellie's up to, go to the link in the episode description to subscribe to their newsletter. That's it from me. Have a nice week. Bye!